Welcome to the third part of the program. The Civil Liberties Organization of Nigeria, the South-South Zone, have petitioned the National Judicial Council, the NJC, over what it calls the gross abuse of judicial power and undue interference by the President of the Court of Appeal, Honorable Justice Zainab Kachua, in a murder trial in Rivers State. One of such matters is that of involving Ojukaye Flag Amakri, a former chairman of Asari Toru local government area, who is standing trial for a 3-count charge of conspiracy and murder during the April 11, 2015 general election.
Following the deaths recorded in the April 2015 and March 19 rerun elections in Rivers State, some cases are currently being tried in court. One of such matters is that involving Ojukaye Flag Amakri, a former chairman of Asari Toru local government area, who is standing trial for a 3-count charge of conspiracy and murder during the April 11th general election. After failing to obtain bail application from a Rivers State High Court, the matter is now before the Court of Appeal. But now, a group is asking the President of the Court of Appeal to be sanctioned for what they say is a gross abuse of judicial powers.
To use this medium to once more seek an urgent intervention by the NJC over an obvious act of mindless abuse of judicial powers, shameful demonstration of repetitive political interest in a murder trial ongoing in Rivers State by the President of the Court of Appeal, Honorable Kachua.
Elsewhere, counsel to the accused is explaining the role of the appeal court on the matter affecting his clients. For him, the Civil Liberties Organization is misdirected.
And I begin to wonder, if this is a civil rights body, they should be concerned with the liberty of individuals. They should not be concerned with incarceration of individuals. If somebody who is suffering incarceration, whose liberty is at stake, is taking measures to get his freedom back, why would there now be a challenge to that freedom?
For others, there is no need for controversy.
Any justice from any division can come and do a matter in any other division. So there's nothing about a controversy. If a matter is before the High Court and somebody has filed an appeal, like in Flag Ojukaye's matter, he has a right to have his appeal heard by the Court of Appeal. Remember, I have only one Court of Appeal.
Many are, however, watching with keen interest to see how events will pan out as the Court of Appeal entertains the matter on the next date of 4th of July 2016. Emmanuel Ere, Channels Television News.
The Kogi State government have warned civil servants not to join the strike called by the Nigeria Labour Congress as payment of their salary arrears is going on. Reacting to the directive by organized labour, the State Commissioner for Information, Mohammed Awal, said erring workers will be punished.
We found it as a shock to us for civil servants to embark on strike because of reason we don't seem to understand. We have commenced payments for the past 2 weeks. The payments of salaries arrears of civil servants of Kogi State, we have paid 48 out of 55 MDAs salaries arrears and left with 7 and some other local governments. The reason being is the fact that they have issues with a grade level, the grade level which is not yet harmonized, and that has been the barrier, otherwise their salaries are ready.
And finally on the program today, the Governor of Anambra State, Mr. Willie Obiano, has appealed to the federal government to show visible commitment towards fulfilling its promise to build emergency centers for flood-prone areas. Governor Obiano made the demand when he received a delegation from the Southeast National Emergency Management Agency, NEMA, in Awka, the state capital.
It's the rainy season, and the management of emergencies rising at this time of the year has become imperative. especially for states like Anambra, which is prone to flood. And the visit of the Southeast Zonal Delegation of the National Emergency Management Agency, NEMA, is timely, as Governor Willie Obiano walks in to meet the team. He reminds them that the federal government is yet to fulfill its promise of building an emergency center.
The federal government is supposed to be building a center at Nzam for flood victims to occupy, just in case of flood, and that hasn't happened. I want yourselves to note it, and let's find out why they have not started that project. Nzam is very prone to flood, and that emergency building will be of immense benefit to that community should we have a major flood.
The leader of the delegation assures the governor that the agency is introducing initiatives that will engender a paradigm shift from disaster management to disaster risk reduction.
As we are working on building disaster-resilient communities, we intend to move into the communities with advocacy to relevant stakeholders. We intend to enlighten the communities with sensitization and education. We intend to build the capacity of young people to cope with disasters. We intend to educate the young people in schools to know about disaster risk reduction and what they can do.
Anambra is not the only state to be visited by NEMA, as states get set once again to prepare for the dangers usually brought on by flooding and its aftermath at Nzam, Anambra West local government area of the state.
And that's where we leave it for this edition of News Across Nigeria, where we tell you what's happening now across the Nigerian Federation, maybe even your neck of the woods. I'm Olumide Macaulay. Thank you for watching.